The last day, obviously, almost equal in the championship with one rally to go, and then DR putting team orders on us in the last morning, which didn't go down very well at all.
I can remember sitting back with Colin and his father discussing and saying, look here, I know you're only a handful of seconds behind, but we're going to have to call this a day and you're going to have to sort of cruise into second place. But I already anticipated there might be problems.
You must remember that the decisions were taken at the end of the second leg, and at that time I was in front of Colin. That was the reason why I was nominated for win.
The real issue for me was that we had to have some discipline in the team because Carlos didn't believe we could control Colin.
That continued right through the last day. We didn't actually stop when we were supposed to. We won the rally. DR had a bit of another sense of humour failure over that one.
Yes, Colin disobeyed the team orders, went on to sort of almost get across the finish line, and we had a little discussion in the high street in Lorette de Mar.
It was getting close to boiling point.
And DR got mad, and he said, no way, you have to listen to me, so there was no other choice.
And if we'd checked in on time, we would have won the rally, and that was it, the result's final. And that's not what he wanted. And at the end of the day, he's the boss. Yeah, it got to a bit of a threat like that. I had to either, if I won that rally, it would be the last rally I won, sort of thing. So sense prevailed in the end, I suppose, or the thought of not having a drive in the future made me do the thing that he wanted me to do, and that was to check in late and lose the rally to Carlos.
I think that just gave Colin the extra urge on the RAC to say, right, I'm going to bloody win this World Championship.
Right from Cataluna, obviously that was the attitude I had. I should be going into the RAC leading the championship, and I wasn't. And I was sure as hell I was going to do my best to win it, and I didn't ever doubt it in my mind. It was just a very blinkered approach to winning the rally, and it didn't matter what was happening around about me.
There may not have been doubts in Colin's mind, but the 1995 RAC wasn't a stroll in the park. With problems solved, there was just a World Championship to win.
I was at the end of the last stage, and it was probably the longest stage in the world. It felt like it, but whenever we saw him coming through, and we knew then that he was world champion.
Because it all happened so quickly, it just takes a long time to sink in. But it was a great feeling that you can't really describe to anyone. You've got to be there and do it.
Yes, spot on. That'll do for me, eh?
Having won the title myself back in '81 with Harry, I have to say that seeing Colin win for our team and for himself was, to me, a more important moment than anything that had gone before. I was just so pleased for him.
Right cheers for the new World Champion!
The thing that stands out is that reception at the finish. It was like a football match. The cheering, the champagne celebration was probably, I've never seen anything like it before or since.
I think if you get to the top of any sport or even any job, then the satisfaction's there, and not just for Colin, for the whole family. I think probably more for my father, to work so hard with his drive, and then to work so hard with Colin and to get to the top of the sport. It was great for everybody.
It was a very emotional time. It was. I can still get choked when I think about it. It was just absolutely incredible.
It's then you think, the world is a big place, and he's world champion. So.
British World Rally Champion is something that no one would believe could have happened, and not just the family. Obviously, they gave me great support right from the very beginning, but for everyone, the team of mechanics I had in the beginning, right through all the pro drive guys in the beginning, everybody that was involved. It's a huge team effort, and everybody deserves credit when a championship won.
You asked me 3 or 4 great moments in my life, I would say that was one of them.
Colin was just 27, the youngest World Rally Champion ever, the first British World Rally Champion, and the accolades kept coming, not least an MBE from the Queen. Plus there was the odd fun day out.
He was just instantly quick, and his chosen career is rallying, but had he taken up motor racing, I'm quite certain he would have been world champion in Grand Prix racing, just like he has been in rallying.
Championship partying was also a natural talent.
What you've achieved in the beginning was the World Championship, but then you had to have all these other things piled on top of you. It's something quite special.
Our slides are very simple. Nothing really special about them at all. It's just a matter of braking the car before the corner to the speed you want. You turn into the corner off the throttle, and then you get on the throttle, and it's a constant throttle all the way through the corner, which is normally flat out.
So it's the same principle as racing, where you brake and power through the corner, but you're braking traction.
Yeah.
Here, where you wouldn't be on the track.
So we're on the brake, turn into the corner, and then back on the power all the way through the corner. Do it again just down here. Okay, we're coming into this right-hander down here. We're full on the throttle, brake, turn into the corner, then full on the throttle all the way through the corner again. The car will just have a nice slide all the way through the corner. Provided there's no trees in the way, you just keep the power on.
So with number 1 in his car, 1996 should just have been a matter of hanging on to the world title, shouldn't it?
Year after he had a very good chance of winning I was quite sure he was going to win that year. But somehow something went wrong, and you know, winning a championship is not easy, and sometimes you need to be very lucky.
In a way, everybody expects you to do it again straight away, and it's not always that easy.
It's very hard to raise your game again a second time round. The sort of the effort that goes into the euphoria, the whole change of circumstances around you. So, you know, whoever you were, you find that a difficult task. And the next year was a difficult year for us.
It wasn't just 96 that proved difficult. One man was to be Colin's nemesis over the next 4 years.
Still, even with the experience, it seems to be not so easy like it's been for him. It's been, when everything working well, it works well. Everything is so easy, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and it's nearly impossible.
And 6 right, and 6 left.
McCrash was living up to his name. Something had to change, and on David Richards' suggestion, Derek Ringer was replaced. A new face appeared in the co-driver's seat.
Perhaps David saw me as somebody who's come off the back of numerous other professional drivers and spending 4 years with probably one of the most level-headed and experienced guys in the championship, as in Juha Kankinen at that time, and felt that some of that would rub off onto Colin.
I went to see him to see if I thought it could work out, and it looked good. So it all went from there, and he started in 97.
That year saw another big change to the McRae lifestyle.
Changing a co-driver's not a problem, but getting married was a fairly big decision.
I met Colin when I was 17, and he was friendly with my cousin, and every time I went out at the weekend he was always there in the background asking me out. So, cut.
I think it was the night we were going down to Ayr. There was myself, Colin, and another guy called Hammy, who's a good pal of ours.
And this car of lunatics came driving right up behind me, horns going and the lights flashing, and it was Colin and Robbie and Hammy.
And then we stopped for a chat, and then he kind of orchestrated it that he sneaked off into Alison's car for the next bit of the journey.
But halfway down the road he decided to knock it in. It was an automatic. Decided to knock it into neutral as I was doing 90 miles an hour down the motorway, which I wasn't too impressed at, but he seemed to get a laugh at it. I mean, he was chasing me, but it made me want him even less. I thought, how dare you jump into my dad's car and treat it like this?
So